don't even know if I'll post this video. I'm in two minds whether to post it because this person is obviously in serious mental health crisis. However, I do think it's important to acknowledge what has happened to me in the last 4 months, not just me, but the Honest Family community, because it is going to change how we operate going forwards. As somebody who always supports others' mental health, my mental health has been in the toilet over this. I've got a migraine for the 4th day in a row. I'm not sleeping properly. I've been really struggling, so I thought I'm going to make this video, I'm going to put it to bed, and then I just want to move on. But I know people have got questions, things are going to be changing, and the way that we interact with people isn't going to be the same. And I feel like I owe that an explanation whilst being respectful. I'm not going to name any names or anything. I am going to talk through some details though, so trigger warning for baby loss, trigger warning for DV, and trigger warning for child SA. In September, we were approached by somebody who needed mental health support. Now, this isn't a rarity for us. It happens, given the nature of what our business is. People ask us for advice on which products would be best for them, and we support and we give them as much help as we can. We stay on lives, we've got a lovely little community, and we've also got a WhatsApp chat. I supported this person through domestic violence, so that their partner had abused them and they lost their baby as a result of that. So they were pushed down the stairs and the baby passed away and was born sleeping. Very traumatic. Being someone who has lost a baby, I totally get it, and that was one of the reasons I was quite involved. The whole point of the Honest Family is we don't want anyone to be in the darkness. We want to show them that there is light after loss, even when it doesn't feel like it. So it was very important for me to support this person any way that I could. We then had another person come along who basically the story was like my story. So incompetent cervix at 22 weeks, went into premature labour, and with twins, and the babies had to be removed from their life support about a week old, which is basically what my story is. But this person needed support with navigating through loss, what happens when you lose a baby, what do they do, what do they say, all of this stuff. And so I relived my own trauma, put my feelings to the side and talked them through exactly what happens. Spent time talking to them till 2-3 in the morning, discussing being in like the special room with your baby and leaving your baby, and also when they were in the funeral home and they couldn't put their baby down. And I remember being like that, and I remember being then, it being the last time I was going to see them, and how traumatic that was. So spent a lot of time supporting them through that. Then lots of other things happened related to domestic violence with the First Lady, and it got quite intense. It was all interlinked, but lots of things happened, and then an allegation was made that their child's dad had essayed them. Now I had to call this person and tell them what this allegation was. I was literally shaking like a leaf. As I say, it sounds intense being in a 3-minute video, but this was over the course of months, 5 months, and there was various people involved. It was very complex. Anyway, the long and short of it is that none of it was real. The baby wasn't real, the domestic violence wasn't real, the child SA wasn't real, none of it was real. So I called them out on it, and they just said, oh yeah, sorry, I lied. And I said to them, what did you get out of me reliving my trauma to tell you what happens when a baby dies? Like, what were you gaining from that? Because that's horrific. And they just said, oh, I don't know, I'm obviously just messed up, aren't I? So I thought that was the end of it. And then it turns out that there was another company on TikTok involved. And I messaged them, and the exact same thing had happened to them, but just in reverse. So like the people in the delusion were different people, and we originally thought, like, is this like, like the film Split, where they have multiple personalities, and it's just not. This person was calculated, they knew what they were doing. There were points where I was on the phone to one person and texting another. They were all, as I say, they were all interlinked. And like, so for example, the child SA allegation, I phoned this person to tell them about the allegation, and they were screaming, kicking off on the phone, and then the other person was texting me saying, oh, they're really mad about it. They're saying they want to come to my house, and I'm saying on the phone, don't go to the house. Anyway, and it was all the same person. It's just so messed up, and there's so many of us involved, and we've all wasted a colossal amount of time. Like, the amount of time that I have spent not working on my business because I've been supporting this person is weeks, months. You know, sitting with somebody whose baby has passed away, it's not the sort of thing you can just switch off and go live and talk about your products. It just isn't. It's draining, and it's you give a little piece of yourself every time you have to do it. And I do it. Well, I did do it, and this is where, like, it's going to change, because I have to put processes in place to protect myself, and I'll always be who I am. I'll always give more than I should, and I'll always want to help people, but there is going to be a wall now, because I can't put myself through what I have the last 4 months. And you can't trust anyone. Like, this person had multiple TikTok accounts, 6 TikTok accounts, 2 phone numbers to keep the whole thing up. And so, yeah, obviously we're still going to be the same on his family. We're still going to care. But this is one of the things that James is so mad about, that he said to this person is, like, you've broken Lauren's spirit, and actually the next person that comes along that has lost a baby or that needs mental health support, she's just going to be more wary, and that's on you. And she just went, yeah, I know. So yeah, that's the update. There's so many more moving parts to it. This person is hopefully getting the help that they need, which is really important to mention. We've reported to all necessary services and tried to get this person the help and support that they need, because they are clearly very unwell to be doing stuff like this. You know, nobody lies about that sort of stuff when they're in their sane mind. So yeah, but I know that we haven't really been on here much, and we haven't really been around, and that's why, because I've been giving my attention to somebody who didn't need it, and was abusing my trust and my experiences for, I don't, there's no gain. I don't know, we sent them some products, but not anything worthy of doing this for like 5 months. But yeah, that's the update. So I really don't feel up to going live tonight. We were going to, I just don't feel up to it. So we have popped a deal on for any 4 notepads for like the mix and match the mental health bundles out of stock. So we've popped on a deal for any 4 notepads for, I think it works out like £20. It might work out just under or just over. But yeah, you can get any of the notepads. So adult mental health, kids mental health, poorly pad, chronic illness, all of the different notepads, sweary. And I'm hoping we can go live tomorrow. I just don't feel in the right headspace, and I know that I need to put it behind me, so that's what I'm doing in this video, and putting it behind me. This is the last time I'm hopefully going to be speaking about it, and hopefully I can just move on and get 2024 for our business and make us bigger and better than ever. But thank you guys for all of your understanding. I really appreciate it. I know that it's hard. Those of you who've known like little bits of information, it's really hard to hear a tiny bit and then not anymore. We've just tried to safeguard ourselves and the person and the children, because ultimately the children are a huge priority here for us, and making sure that they are safe. So thank you guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon.